It's Monday, not just any week, as it's WrestleMania week, and every week is a Flex Zone week. Episode 485, all the way live. WNBA draft was tonight. We're going to talk about it. Ladies, to the front. NBA playoffs, we previewed it last night. We're going to talk more about it. Derek Carr is a season in jeopardy. What do the Saints do at quarterback? Lions Luncheon tomorrow. In Owings Mills at the Castle. WrestleMania this weekend. How are the fellas feeling about it? And of course, we get goofy with Cavante. It's the Flex Zone, episode 485, all the way live. Go ahead, slam dunk that subscribe button. Leave us a like. Vote on the poll. Hit the bell. Let's get to it. Monday night. More exciting than your NBA playoff basketball. It is the Flex On Podcast, episode 485. Only place, fellas, giving sports how you want it.
When you need it.
Hope your ones acknowledge us. Head of the sports podcast table. You guys know all the pleasantries. Subscribe, like, hit the bell, vote on the poll. Check us out on all social media platforms, the Flex On One, and email theflexon1@gmail.com. WNBA, NBA playoffs. We got some NFL talk as the draft is approaching. And, of course, Goofies with Cavante. And we can't forget WrestleMania 41. But batting leadoff is the social media producer, man who makes the streams pristine, the one, the only, Big Raj. Another week, my brother. How you feeling? WrestleMania.
No bread, no water, just me.
Finish him, Daddy.
That's one big son of a bitch! Finger licking good special. That's what I'm.
Oh man, I'm feeling pretty good. WrestleMania week, like you said, Byron. It's going to be fun-filled, and a lot of videos is coming out. A whole shitload of content for the viewing public. So please do us a favor, hit the like, subscribe button. Please watch the videos. Please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, because we are the best of the best of the best, and we do this thing almost every day, and we're going to be on every day, and we have videos loaded up every day. So please throw us some goddamn love and hit that like and subscribe button.
Couldn't have said it better myself. But next up is the Mandalorian, the co-founder, the captain of the Goofy Ship, Cavante, baby.
Those haters can't stand us. Left hand up. Commanders. Fight for RDC. Who are we? The Commanders.
Come on now, say it with me. Everybody beats the Wiz.
It's over. It's over.
Stupid.
It is over.
Just stupid.
Well, no,
I'm
that's
gonna
goofy.
tell you what they told me when I
Jam.
called. It ain't never.
Oh, jam. What would you say, Dre?
I'm gonna tell you what they told me when I crossed. It ain't never over.
At this point, I guess it's just a break. We just trying to see how high this draft pick finna be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here for all this. And again, now I still can't get with the intro, but Dre and Raj, between the both of y'all, I can stomach it at least. Even though Byron's being completely unnecessary, but we've been working, man. We've been working. We are continuing to work. Let's get it going.
Yeah, I probably won't be able to use it anymore until maybe we get to the draft lottery. We'll see how it plays out. But this brother's back with us. Pride of Eastside, Savior Misbehavior, co-founder, Mr. Morgan State University, Dean of Boston Hall University, man of 1,000 nicknames, Mr. WrestleMania, the main eventer, the A-lister, the phenomenal one, the tribal chief, the OTC, the straw that stirs a drink, the one that shimmies better than Steph Curry, the one, the only, Drizzy, Dre, and make sure you acknowledge him.
Acknowledge me. Like a Fatu, the Samoan werewolf. I love you solo.
What's good, America? I'm ready to get right to it, man.
Well, let's get right to it.
NBA WrestleMania, WNBA draft. It's a lot happening. NHL playoffs too coming up. Let's go.
I know you got your punk shirt on, as you know, best in the world. So feeling good.
WrestleMania
Shout out to
season,
you.
baby.
Well, speaking of best in the world, ladies to the front. Let's start with the ladies, Dre. WNBA draft
Ladies
day.
night.
Paige Beckers goes 1, no surprise there. Shout out to Kiki Irafin going to the Washington Mystics, guys. They didn't mess it up this time. They got a really good player. They had 3 first-round picks.
Yes, and I actually like these picks for DC.
Real quick, just some other notes. The Valkyrie guys. I don't know if you guys know this. Speaking of WNBA, the first WNBA team to have over 10,000 season tickets. So the people in the Bay Area are excited. They're going to play at Chase Center. And also, guys, we got Rivalry Week announced like we got in the NBA. We got in the WNBA. We'll have the Fever and the Sky. So Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. We got the rematch of the WNBA Finals. And we have Paige Beckers. She'll be a part of that as well with Dallas as well. So a lot of big things coming in the WNBA and more expansion teams. And how about Cheyenne? Cheyenne from Maryland. She goes to the Valkyrie as well. Cheyenne Sellers, one of the best players from Maryland history, goes out there. So, and our girl Raj, Sarah Ashley Barker from Alabama, going to the Sparks. I know D likes that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she does. She does like that very, very much. You know, we get to see the prices right. You know, granddaughter of Bob Barker to go out there and LA Sparks and spark it up. How about that? Great things.
Man, what about Dominique, who Tony Parker is saying the female version of Wemby.
Yeah, so I was going to get to her. Dominique Malonga, 6'6", only 18 years of age. She's like a female version of Wemby. Played in the Olympics this year as well with the French team, was the youngest player, Cravante. She can do it all as well. We know Paige Beckers is as good as it gets. And Kiki as well, pretty good as well.
Man, I'm loving the Mystics finding a way to not mess things up. I'm still mad that Angel Reese is not around. I'm still mad, man. I'm not going to lie to you, man. Especially when she was right there. But stacking up on talent, this is one of the rare times where a DC team has actually won a championship fairly recently. It was right before the pandemic, but it was within the last 5 or 6 years. So DC took a dip just like the Nationals did, and I think this is a way for them to kind of be on a positive trajectory and be able to compete like they did before. And hopefully it's not another X amount of years before we're able to compete. Maybe we can turn it around relatively quickly. Pretty much we're looking at the same thing for the Wizards as well, but for the Mystics, I have much higher hopes.
Raj, any thoughts? You like what the Mystics have done? I know the Sparks, they got a pretty good team already from last year, getting Rakia Jackson, our girl Dre, Cameron Brink, our other girl, and then now getting Miss Barker. She can come in there and drop 40 and D up your best player.
I mean, yeah, the Sparks did really well. Barker played extremely well against Maryland. She showed out what she could really do, and now she's going to LA. It's going to be fun times over there with Cameron Brink coming back from that injury, that nasty injury that she had. Like the Mystics had a great draft as well, better than last year's draft. And I agree with Cravante. They should have got Angel Reese. They didn't do that. They'll make up for it this year though, since they had 3 picks in the first round, I believe.
Yes. They all look like they were damn near back to back.
Right, exactly. So I think they'll do pretty well this season. Is Acha Kalabali Bilal's?
I was just trying to figure that out.
Sister?
I saw the name. Yeah, I saw the name. I'm gonna Google it. But Pow from South Carolina, and also Sanaya Fagan-Dre, another spark from South Carolina, another big for them. So Sparks loading up.
Man, and we haven't even talked about Haley and Angel Reese reuniting in Chicago. I wonder how that's going to pan out.
Definitely going to be very interesting. Remember, it is 3 rounds, so they got more rounds than the NBA fellas. So 3 rounds. So
Damn, they got 3 rounds.
Yeah, they got
Yeah,
3
they
rounds.
got 3 rounds.
When is the expansion team supposed to be coming?
They start this year. They already got over 10,000 season tickets.
Oh, okay. So how many teams is it now? Is it 10, 12?
How many teams is in the W?
That's a good question right now.
Let me Google that. Let me see.
You know, and the women were dressing really, really nice again this year. I appreciate.
Oh, up to 15 teams now because of the
okay. Well, that's
so
great.
So 13 as of now, and then 15 by 2026.
Okay, so it'll be a total of 15 teams. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Toronto and Portland are the next 2, and we heard also about, I believe, Cleveland getting someone potentially after that. So,
can Baltimore get some love? Can we get a WNBA team?
You said Cleveland?
Yeah, I think
Cleveland was one of the originals.
Yeah, they're trying to bring them back. They're trying to bring them back.
Rockies, I believe was the name.
I mean, can we bring back? Can we bring back the Houston Comets? Can we do that? Can we revive that franchise?
Yeah.
I mean, that franchise was a winning franchise. I mean, they should not have folded up.
It was the Comets and the Sparks back in the day.
Longest time, yeah.
Well, you know, coming out the West, man, I remember vividly because I was a basketball everything fan. So I really started watching hoops like in 96, 97. And it was the MCI Center at the time, showing my age. It was the MCI Center where the Wizards, Mystics, Capitals, all of those teams played. And they even had a WNBA All-Star game in DC because I think in the NBA was it 2000 or 2001 where they had the All-Star game in DC. I forgot which one.
I think it was 2001 when Jordan came back. Was it?
I believe so, but I think that was the one where AI went crazy. That
might have been.
That
might have been 2001 then.
Yeah, I say that. I think that's 01 after the finals. I want to say that's when AI.
No, it wasn't. That was 02. You mean 01?
I was going to say it had to be 01 or 02 for sure.
I remember Iverson won an MVP.
That was the one where they had to come back. The East was down big.
I think that's 02 then.
It was somewhere in the early 2000s, but the WNBA had an All-Star game around pretty early in the WNBA days as well. And let me tell y'all something. I stayed in the MCI Center, yo. I stayed up in it. If it wasn't a Wizards game or a Mystics game, I was up in there because I loved hoops so much. But during that time, I remember the Charlotte Sting with Dawn Staley. They was killing in the East. We had Shaniqua Whole Squad. Oh my gosh, man, it was so crazy. Such a crazy times, man. But they're definitely fun times, and it would be great, like Raj said, to get back to those original teams and those original franchises that, you know, made the WNBA great.
They have the money to do it. They have next year, you know, starts the streaming deals for the NBA and WNBA. I'm pretty sure it's going to get a piece of that as well. So the more money, the more merrier. And as you said, they're getting 2 expansion teams. There'll be the 15 teams in 2026, which is also great. So hopefully they do, you know, build it up to maybe have more than that, you know, in the next coming years. Maybe they might have like 16, 17, 18 teams. Who knows how popular this thing can be. I mean, of course, we got the phenomenon coming out next year, Juju, after she, you know, rehabs from her injury. I'm pretty sure she'll be drafted probably number 1 overall. I mean, so they got a list of players, you know, in the WNBA that's coming out that's going to do very well. I expect Paige Beckers to be extremely great. She played extremely well in the NCAA tournament, you know, for UConn and won a national championship. So I expect this woman right here to do her thing.
Man, you've got Olivia Miles, Flo J. Johnson, Fudd from UConn, Betts from UCLA. I mean, there's still some people, heavy hitters out there that can still come out. Like you said, Juju will probably be the number 1, but because remember, Olivia Miles was supposed to come out this year, and she went back to college. So the dub's going to be good for a
Yo,
bit.
yo, listen, and the way that women's college basketball has been evolving, the WNBA has no choice but to get right, to have to open the door for these young ladies, man. You have to. You gotta get with the what's the business motto? Supply and demand. It's going to be a demand for the WNBA to grow. They maybe have to grow their roster along with expansion teams, because it's so much it's really great talent coming out for college basketball for women, and it's really good to see. It's been a long time coming, man. I'm really excited for them now.
Sarah Strong from Connecticut, #1 pick of the future as well. The big woman, she's going to dominate. She's going to be so a lot of talent in college basketball, ladies and gentlemen. And Juju still got 2 more years, right? So she probably going to milk that NIL money for a couple more years, by the way. So.
She probably will, but that's the thing about women's college basketball. They don't just go straight to the WNBA. They stay 2, 3, 4 years. You know what I'm saying? And they get that NIL money, and they hone their skills. So when they come out playing extremely pristine basketball. They played extremely hard. You already know what you're going to get from that player. You know, they play up to par. So they show out, man, and it's a great thing to see for the league, especially for the WNBA. Hopefully the NBA can do their thing as well, you know what I'm saying, in the coming years. But the WNBA is leading it right now as far as that particular part of the game where people just stay in college 3-4 years, and then all of a sudden, boom, they come out hot. So hopefully the NBA does that, you know, in the coming years. I know they got all kinds of things with the NBA. You go straight to the G League, or you go to college for 1 year, then you come out, or do they still go straight from the high school to the league? I don't think they do that anymore, right?
No, not
the NBA. No.
Okay. So, but yeah, they got all kinds of things. Look, you sneeze the right way, you're in the league. So, I mean, it's just really like, it's really topsy turvy, man. I think the NBA needs to change that. To be honest with you, I think they need to at least stay 2 years in college. If you're gonna go to college, stay 2 years. But if you want to come out, you should come out. They should change that. If you want to come out, come out. But if you're going to go to college, at least play 2 years. You know, get your game, get your skills right or whatever. Make sure you stay with those great teams like Duke, Maryland, you know, whoever else. But I think they need to change that part, because I think WNBA is doing it right. They're doing it right now. So,
well, also the dub is doing it. Their women are doing it by choice. The NBA pushes for somebody like a Cooper Flag to go out, you know, as opposed to like back in the day, it was kind of like there's nothing wrong with staying in college a little bit and then going into the league. Even though there were people who were really good their freshman years, they still waited. The WNBA is just like, these girls don't mind waiting, developing, getting a name, and then going out like the NBA used to do. Like you said, with college, it's like you could follow the names, you could follow the teams, and then project and go your way. The NBA, like we didn't know a lot. We knew the teams, but we only knew a few select names when it came to college basketball for the men's side. But for the women's side, we knew superstar level talent. We was like, okay, we got Juju, we got Paige, we got Olivia. Like we knew some of the matchups that we were about to get. And you're right. I think the NBA, they've been talking about getting rid of the one and done rule for quite some time, but they still haven't done it. And then they go these alternate routes, like you said, with the G League and whatnot. But I don't. It's just not working. You see, the game is completely different.
And you got the NBA players there. I think Russell Westbrook was in attendance tonight. You got AD shouting out Paige Beckers. You got Derrick Rose. He recorded a video for, you know, bought Derrick Rose out. He recorded a video for one of his people. So, I mean, it's good to see. And now, guys, with the unrivaled league in off season, these women don't have to go to these other countries and be in a situation like Brittany Griner. They can make money here in the States. And I believe they made more than they expected with the unrivaled league. I'm gonna get that number, but they made a couple million.
Here's something for you. Paige Becker signed a contract for an unrivaled league, I think, for 3 years, and it's going to make more money during that than her first rookie contract, her entire rookie contract for the WNBA.
Well, don't worry though that WNBA the CBA should be coming up soon. They're going to renegotiate that, and trust me, they'll
So
be.
I wanted to make sure I wasn't wrong. They made $27 million in revenue with a salary pool of $8 million for 36 players. So they made a lot of money with that unrivaled league. Like Rod said, they're getting some of the big fish. They got Angel Reese. They got Paige Beckers. They're going to make more money in the offseason with that than they don't. Only person they don't have is they need is probably Caitlin Clark. They get Caitlin Clark, they're really going to make a lot of money. But you name it, they're all in there. And they average making $220,000 per year, which is the maximum for a WNBA contract. So they make the maximum on the minimum with the unrivaled league. So there you go. So and they got a TV deal. When you got a TV deal,
That's
even
it. That's it. TV
and streaming
that's it.
deals boost them numbers up.
TV deal changes everything.
and
TV
with
deal
Turner
changes
losing the
entire-
NBA, they have to get content. This is some of the content they get.
Listen,
Yep.
TV can really change the landscape of revenue. It's
See-
really king because with TV you're dealing with content. So we all know content is king. So and that's with any sport. You get one with some TV contracts rolling. Now we talking about the big bucks. We cooking with fish grease.
Like I said, TV and streaming, those two.
It is.
Well, let us know how you guys feel about the WNBA draft. We'll keep you updated as the season is approaching. As we get into the NBA playoffs, that means the WNBA season's on the way. All right, Coach Bud is out in Phoenix. Dre, any thoughts on that? Third straight year, by the way, they fired a head coach.
I told you, blow this shit up. Like it honestly makes no sense as to what's going on with this franchise. I mean, you went from Chris Paul in the finals to you get Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal. You think that you're gonna make some noise, and then they can't even make the damn playoffs. With superstar names like that, you would think that they would make the playoffs. They've had good head coaches in there, like championship caliber head coaches, and they can't even get this team over them. At this point, I think it's just from the ownership down. I don't totally put it just on the playoffs alone, the players alone. It's something going on. It's a cancer in that organization that needs to get cleaned out, and it's sad because that fan base deserves better. They've had some really good players over the years, and like I said, going to an NBA Finals recently, you were up 2-0 before losing to Giannis and the boys. But like I said, just blow this whole thing up because apparently it's something going down from the top, and it's spread unfortunately for this fan base, and everybody deserves better.
As we mentioned, Kevin Durant, a free agent, wants to get traded. Bradley Beal has a no trade clause. LeBron James, the only other player with that. And then, of course, Devin Booker. I think he might act out of there eventually as well. But Raj, quit.
This shit stinks, man. It really stinks to high heavens. And you're right, Dre. They wasn't an NBA final. I forgot all about them being in the NBA finals with Devin Booker and Chris Paul. I forgot all about that. But they're not even there. They're not even a playoff team right now or a play-in team. So this how much they have fallen since then, man. Coach Bud, I feel bad for him because he is a champion with Giannis, who played against the Suns, which is crazy enough. But yeah, I feel bad for him. I don't think this is totally his fault. Kevin Durant has just not been that guy since he left Golden State, man. He has not been the dude. Don't get me wrong, he puts up great numbers. He still plays pretty much all the games, but it's just ever since he left them, he's not impacted like he's supposed to, like a superstar does.
You don't think that he had an impact that time against Giannis in the it wasn't the Eastern Conference Finals, but it was the I can't remember the damn round, but
I think it was the semifinals.
If it wasn't for the toe on the line, remember we're talking about Brooklyn possibly going to the finals that year, and you would have, but the injuries succumbed Kyrie and Harden, and then Harden didn't look all that in that particular series, but it was Kevin Durant that was carrying that Brooklyn team that should have beaten Giannis in the semifinals of the Eastern Conference that year.
What
So
do
I
we?
still, so I still think that I think that he's impactful. It's just that the team, he just unfortunately just had some bad teams.
I don't think he's as
I,
impactful as he used to be. I think that be honest with you, he should have stayed his ass in Golden State. I don't know why he didn't do that. I mean, I
Because
get
you
it.
know why?
I mean, no, I
I'm
get
about
it.
to
I
say,
get
why.
why.
You know why? You know why?
I know why. I get it, but I'm just saying he's not been that same dude he was in OKC. You know what I'm saying? When he was leading that squad to the conference finals and the finals, he can't do that, man. So he's not been that same guy since he left Golden State. And I don't know where he goes at. Maybe y'all was saying he might go to the Knicks or whatever.
I've been saying Knicks or Clippers.
Knicks or Clippers. I mean, I'd rather him see him on the Knicks.
Or he could be a Laker. You want him on the Lakers, Raj? In
I mean,
draft?
I take him.
at
I take
this
him, but
point,
I
no.
don't think he's gonna help us really do anything.
No.
Because I mean,
There's somebody else, Roger, that I'm hearing a rumor about who I'd rather get.
Oh boy,
we're
I
not
already
getting.
know.
Well, we can talk about that in a minute. But I'm just gonna say the Suns. I agree with you. They need to blow this thing up. Is a wrap for them. And I'm not sure what they do after this. I think Devin Booker should be. I think everybody should be up out of there. Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant, and just start all over, start fresh, because this thing ain't going nowhere. Devin Booker's getting older. Bradley Beal's up in age, and Durant is like damn near 40, and it's just not going to get any better. From a Washington Wizards fan standpoint, we've seen a bunch of older players, decay and have to rebuild. So they might as well just start it now, start fresh, get a bunch of draft picks, get in that draft. And just
Monty.
Real quick to the Monty Williams point, he is now coaching high school basketball at TMI Episcopal. He is coaching his sons Elijah and Micah, so that's why he's.
And also, he's
There
stealing money from the Phoenix Suns and the Detroit Pistons.
That's right.
As
Pay that,
he
Pay
should,
that, brother. Pay
as he
that, man.
should.
Hey, look, I wouldn't say stealing, because I think he got a bad deal. Well, he had an offer he couldn't refuse from Detroit.
Call it what you want. He got him out of there quickly, but that was that's poor management, sure. But my God, getting 2 NBA checks and while you coaching high school ball is not bad at all. But to the Kevin Durant point, I just don't think post Golden State, he's not aging well, and the impact, and this is somebody who was arguably, I don't know if he ever was truly, he was the best scorer for a time, but I don't think he was ever truly like the best player, because I think that kind of always went to LeBron. But him and LeBron are aging like separately, like opposite directions. Like LeBron is still very much impactful, but since Golden State, post Golden State, Kevin Durant has not been as impactful. Honestly, not even close to a player like LeBron. And I'm just saying LeBron because they were 1 and 2 for so long in the NBA. So naturally, if you're going to compare one to that's going to be the comparison. He hasn't aged well.
I agree, and that's pretty sad on his legacy, man.
No, you're right. I mean, his legacy, like you said, Raj, it took a hit. I think
it took a complete hit because it exposed him. It's like, okay, you were great with Golden State, you know what I'm saying? You were cool being a number 2 guy / number 1 at times, but it's like ever since you wanted to be on your own, you want to lead a team to back to the championship on your own, is just you came up short, and now you can't even make the damn playoffs with Bradley Beal and Devin Booker, who are both all-stars. So it's like, what are we doing? And then also with James Harden and Kyrie Irving, you couldn't get that situation right in Brooklyn.
Well, they were injured too.
They were injured.
They were injured.
He should have went. I don't think he should have went. I don't think he should have went.
I think a lot of people said he shouldn't have went, but that whole thing was goofy at the time. Kyrie, he was on some stuff, and that's what it should have been. It should have been the Knicks instead of Brooklyn. But
I agree with that. The Nets was a bad call. I didn't like that, especially with anything with Kyrie. I'm be honest with y'all. I've talked about Kyrie a lot over the years. He's been goofy of the week quite a few times. If he's involved, I don't think it's going to breed success. I think LeBron James got the absolute most out of Kyrie, and I don't think nobody's gonna get anything close to it.
Well, no, Luka last year they did go to the finals.
That's true.
Again, there's a difference. There's a difference because what did he do in the finals?
Luka did. Well, Luka played well, but Kyrie did.
Kyrie,
No, that's what I'm talking about. Kyrie. I'm talking about Kyrie.
I think Kyrie
He
did
didn't play
struggle
well.
in the finals.
No,
He
he
played
didn't.
well.
He didn't show up at all.
Yeah, I said Kyrie struggled. That was a horrible series for him.
So
Trey, you had we'll tie this in, but these are the odds for where you see him going: Houston Rockets, Golden State Warriors, Spurs, Timberwolves, Knicks, Heat. I can see the
Man,
Spurs.
I'll be
see
honest,
Spurs.
man. If I'm for real, I don't want to see him with them young boys in Houston. I don't think he wants to go back to Golden State. I could see San Antonio because Chris Paul is there, but I just don't see that happening. Him and Ant-Man, that's not going to happen.
No.
So I'm gonna say the Knicks or the Heat because they the two I think that really could use them, especially in those final years. But and I if I had to lean towards one, honestly, I'm gonna say Miami because Miami lost Jimmy, and you need something. You need something for that fan base. So I would probably say them. I don't want to say the Knicks either because the Knicks to me they have they one of the top teams in the East. So, what are you going to do? Split up the Villanova boys?
I say, well, Hart. Where's Hart?
They sent DiVincenzo to Minnesota. Hart's still in New York.
yeah, Josh Hart is still in New York.
With Bridges and Brunson. That's why they had a little commercial in March
Yes.
Madness. But yeah.
I think New York for Kevin Durant. I think New York will be better because he's good when the team already has their guy. Like I don't think he's the number one guy. He's not carrying nobody's franchise no more at this point. He still is very impactful on the scoring side of the game. In that aspect, he can still do that. If he come to New York, hey, listen, we only want you to do what you've been doing. He's still very efficient. He still can be very efficient with scoring. That's all they need. We don't need nothing else from UKD, like nothing else. Miami, I feel like he's gonna have to bring his lunch pail and start to drag it a little bit. New York, I don't think you have to do that.
Let us know what you guys think about Coach Bud. Remember last night we talked about Monty. We talked about Taylor Jenkins and Mike Malone. We'll see if the Wizards get one of them on the phone. And we'll see if there are more coaches fired. But we got the play-in starting tomorrow and the playoffs.
That was a GM fired today too. Adrian Griffin.
Oh, from New Orleans. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, do we really need to talk about New Orleans?
We don't need to talk about New Orleans.
No,
we don't need to talk about Denver. A lot of this stuff is
do we need to talk about them? I mean, we wrote them off already early this year. We knew what was going to happen.
I think Denver messed around losing the first round. I think
and seeing what Zion is doing, which I'm sure we may get a little goofy later with, they ain't going nowhere. But playoffs are here, Dre. How you feeling, man? The play-in, it is the last season of TNT, so this is the last ride.
That sucks about TNT, this being the last season, because even on the commercial, they got 1, 2, 3 Cancun already. I looking at the seeding and everything for real, a lot of these teams we already know and going fishing. I'm curious about who the Thunder take on, and as well as the Rockets. But I feel like the Warriors. I feel like the Warriors and the Lakers are definitely destined to meet each other. Like you said, Karate, I could see the Nuggets getting knocked out the first round just because it's too much turmoil going on. Which would you believe that the Clippers possibly are going to the next round, being where they've been? But you do have a healthy Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. You haven't heard any peep out of him either. So the Lakers, we project them to get out. I feel bad for Ant-Man and the Timberwolves because you go from the Western Conference Finals to you probably going to be eliminated in the first round by the very man that you put out of the final. By the very man who put you out was the Dallas Mavericks, and it seemed like Luka's going to be able to do some damage with the Timberwolves. The Warriors, I didn't expect for them to be in the play-in. I thought that they would have been one of the teams to make it, but then again, we don't really want to see the Lakers and Warriors until later. I have one of them two coming out the West. I like the Thunder, but I just sometimes feel like they may be a little young compared to if they take on the Warriors or the Lakers, who have experience in that championship caliber to them. John Moran, it's been a lot of stuff for him even this year. I feel like he's going to go fishing. Mavericks, I think they made a mistake with trading Luka, and then it's going to catch up to bite them in the ass. So I'm going to actually pick the Kings over the Mavericks, especially with the Mavericks and their injuries. We already know in the East it's basically Boston and Cleveland in the finals. We don't even need to go through any of this stuff. I was wrong about I knew the Magic would make it, but geez, man, a
lot of injuries, Dre. They had a lot of injuries.
Yeah, I know that's the unfortunate thing with the injuries. The Knicks, better than what I projected from that trade. They definitely won that trade with the Timberwolves. Carl Anthony Towns was balling, but unfortunately, I just think that it's just Cleveland and Boston right now that are the two juggernaut teams. But the Knicks, perfect seeding because they're number 3 right behind them. But these other teams, I don't have no faith in any of them. It should be honestly the Bucks, then the Pacers, but the Bucks have. I don't know what's going on with the Bucks, man. That's another team.
Who's their head coach? Who's their coach, Dre?
We're not going to do this tonight.
Okay.
We they another one that I think they need to just blow it up too, man.
Yo, Dre always talk about blowing something up, bro.
Because, bro, what are we doing, bro? You made this trade for Dame dollars, thinking that this was going to be impactful, and shit hasn't worked. If it's not going to work after a certain time, bro,
who's the coach?
Who's
the coach?
Doc Harbaugh.
Look, Doc is the coach, but at the same time, I think it's more than just Doc.
Doc Harbaugh is the coach.
That's what Doc Harbaugh.
John Rivers.
I think it's more than just Doc. I think
John Rivers is crazy. I don't know which one's worse.
I think it's just the team, man. Giannis is probably, he's saying he's going to stay. Same thing with Joker, but I see them two after a while. They get frustrated. I think they both get frustrated.
If KD is either KD, I think New York is getting a superstar. I think the Knicks are getting a superstar. It's either going to be Giannis or it's going to be KD.
Ooh.
Because I feel like Giannis is not feeling it no more.
He's not.
That's what I feel.
But see, so this is when we're at opposite ends. I don't think he goes to New York. I can't tell. I gotta look back and tell you. I could tell you a team, but right now I don't feel Giannis in New York. I feel him going somewhere else.
I'm just saying because I feel like he's also over the small market part of this, so that's why I also think he's going to New York as well.
Make sure if you're in the chat, everybody, I'll be remiss not to tell you, join our playoff challenge group. We are
in there, yo.
We filling it up, man. The people are joining the group.
Yes.
So shout out to everybody who's joined. We are at Cravante, Dre, Raj. Remember, Cravante, what did I say yesterday? We were at like 120?
120, 122.
So today, like as of right now, we are at 240 people.
Chill out.
Shout out to everybody.
Chill out, yo.
So we're near.
And this is new. And this is a new thing.
Yeah, it's a new thing
that we've done. Like we did the NCAA,
yes,
NCAA one, which was cool, but this was the first time. Like I wasn't familiar with the NBA playoff.
Shout out to Alex. Got to shout out Alex.
No, Alex has been killing. Alex is definitely killing. But yeah, this went crazier than the NCAA one, and this is new to us. This is new to everybody. But 200 people. I was asking, I was like, yo, these 200 legit people, or are they putting in 2 entries each?
Yeah,
like, what's going on?
This is the list, man. These are people. They're filing in. I mean, they're putting names. So got a lot of. We got how many pages? We got 8 pages of people. 8 pages. We can go through 8 pages of people. Ladies and
Doing
gentlemen.
it, man.
So
doing it.
Stay tuned. We got more coming. I'm hearing there is an NFL version of this that we can track the
That's gonna be
picks
fun.
each week
That's gonna be fun.
with everyone. So
That's gonna be fun.
there you go. So
Hey,
stay
try,
tuned for that.
try doing a fantasy football league.
I would love to. I would love to. It'll be a lot of people though. Be a lot of one player. We only have one. We'd all have one good player. That's it. Bunch of backups. Like, all right, there you go. Dre, Cravante, Eddie. I mean, Dre, who wins the finals? Who makes it to the final? Who wins it all? I gotta get your pick, man.
All right. As a homer, I'm gonna say Lakers. I think it's Lakers Celtics.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I may have Boston winning over the Lakers. This is the one time when you go and see me on my Cravante. I'm gonna be real. I think Boston. I think Boston goes after this year. I don't see Boston winning. I don't see them three-peating, but I could see Boston going back to back.
I'd rather see OKC in there than the Lakers if that's the case. I do not want to see Boston beat the Lakers again. Anything's possible. I ain't trying like that again. No,
that was
no.
Funny. Oddly enough, that's the only time I actually didn't mind it
because
I
hated it.
Because I have a different love for Kevin Garnett, man.
He worked out ass in game
before like the whole people like teaming up. I always like had hope growing up, seeing AI and what was happening with the 76ers, seeing KG and what was happening with Minnesota. I was like, can one of them just get traded to the other one so that way those two could team up? I just thought it would be nasty if you had AI and KG together, but it never panned out. So I'm happy that KG got his ring. I hated it that it was in that fashion. Oh, trust me, Roger. I remember ESPN Zone watching the finals.
Ooh, did you say ESPN Zone?
I did.
Evans.
I'll never forget.
Go the guy, Google it.
When we were leaving, when we were leaving ESPN Zone, and the guy said that Doc Rivers looked like he drinks Thunderbird.
Well, I watched the last time I was in the ESPN Zone. It was Game 6 of the 2010 NBA Finals against the Lakers and Celtics. We forced Game 7, and they told us this was it. This is the last day that this place is going to be open. A lot of people just walked out and they didn't pay the bill. Walked out, took TVs with them and everything. Walked out, took the televisions with them.
What were you gonna do? Like,
I mean, nothing you could do. They was throwing the TVs out back. So people was just taking them joints.
Whoa.
And it's so sad because that was such a staple, bro. Like, really trust me, if they had ESPN Zone still, I would still be down there watching games.
Why didn't this work? Why didn't this business model? Why did this fail?
Oh my gosh, what happened?
Like, can someone explain how this didn't work?
They didn't update it. Well, not them particularly, but I'm talking about ESPN themselves. They didn't update none of their ESPN zones. Like, they had it for what, like, I guess 15, 20 years, and then they said, "Oh, this is the time for it to be up." I'm like, "What are we doing?"
Come on, man.
It sucks because that was actually like before, the Dave and Buster's, the main events. Like this was the place to be at. Like I said, you had the games, you have food. You wanted to be there, and they just it's like it, like you said, Rogers. Like it just ended abruptly. Like, it was like, what the world? Like ESPN Zone is just gone, and I think it was only two of them. California had one, and then there was another ESPN Zone, and I don't even think that they exist anymore.
That's why next week I have to make my way back to that Hooters because it might not be there after next week in Maryland.
Wait a minute! Oh shoot, they're about to close the Hooters.
I don't know. I don't want to be like wait till the season start and then that's not there anymore. I mean, that's the last one that we have in Maryland. So I need to make a trip.
Any final thoughts on the playoffs, Cravante, Raj? Any thoughts?
You already know my picks. I pick OKC and I pick Boston to make the finals. I think the Lakers and OKC will make the conference finals. I'm not like unking them, talking about Lakers in 5 and all this other nonsense.
UFC, KFC.
I respect OKC. I respect the record. I respect Shea Gilgeous Alexander. He's been extremely great. He's been
SGA, PGA,
yeah, I'm not gonna do none of that.
UCLA.
I'm not
Lakers
doing
are
none of
live.
that foolishness. But I will say this: the Lakers do have a chance to win, though. They do have a chance
Sure.
to beat them.
Yeah, for sure.
But
They legit do.
I just can't. I can't pick against them just yet. I gotta
I-
see it. I gotta see it for myself.
The only reason I'm not picking the Lakers right now is because I just feel like they don't have a big. If they had a big, if they could have pulled off that trade with Charlotte, I would have definitely been like, yo, I would have been on that stuff. I would have been like UFC, KFC, all that stuff. I would have said.
Well, you want them to go get another big man, right, Dre?
I mean, I like what you call it. I like
him,
Jackson
but
Hayes.
I feel like we still
They need another
still
Jackson
need more.
Hayes.
Yeah, we still need more.
They need another type of Jackson Hayes kind of player. When he sits down, they need to put another big man like that in there. And Jared Vanderbilt is pretty good, but he's power forward. So
Yeah.
Alex Lynn ain't getting it. He's definitely not it. No, not at all.
Let us know what you think about the playoffs. We got a playoff group going, so all the trash talk, all the results will be there for you. Cravante and I did a whole stream breaking down each game, talked about the teams and some of the big moments from the NBA season, the 82 club, the award winners. So
The
all
82
of that.
club is wild.
Headlined by Chris Paul.
Clutch play of the year. That's new. Excuse me. I didn't know these things existed, but again, like I said, I've been kind of disconnected compared to recent years. It just hasn't been hasn't been as exciting. But we saw a couple new awards. I love the young nucleus that is developing in DC. Hopefully we get his number 1 pick and add Cooper Flag to it, so it can continue to grow. But I really like SGA as MVP. And him and the Joker as far as clutch MVP. I think each of them. I think they're going to get one of those awards. But 6th Man of the Year, Peyton Pritchard. It's pretty cool. But yeah, we talked about all that mess yesterday, man. I ain't got nothing, Byron. I ain't got nothing for you on NBA, yo.
All right, Roger. One of your favorite days of the year is tomorrow. Real quick, the pre-draft Liars Luncheon with the Baltimore Ravens. How you feeling about it tomorrow?
That's so funny.
Are they gonna lie?
I mean, there's nothing really to talk about. I mean, they can't really tell you what they're going to do. Oh, we're going to go out there. We're going to draft a guard. We're going to draft a safety. We're going to get a cornerback. They're not going to do none of that foolishness. They're going to sit back. They're going to, talk to the media. They're going to butter everybody up. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, oh, we talked to Lamar. We talked to Andrews. We talked to Justin Tucker, maybe. But, they're going to just, say a couple things here and there. Make it feel good, make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we talk about the stadium because there's gonna be some enhancements again for year 2 of the enhancements. And I seen the construction downtown. I saw it. They are doing something else downtown. There's another building coming together. So it looks like it's going to take shape maybe in next couple months or whatnot. They might talk about that. They might talk about the free agents that they signed already. I mean, they're just gonna talk, you know what I'm saying, and not say too much of anything. And they're gonna eat lunch because that's what they do. I mean, they eat lunch and they talk shit, and they're gonna get ready for next Thursday. And I'm gonna be sitting back and watching them. I'm gonna be nodding my head. I'm gonna be like, yes, Ravens, this is what we're gonna be doing. Knowing damn well this is not what we're gonna be doing. But I'm gonna play the facade as they always do, and I'm gonna go along with it, go along to get along, as they say. And we'll see what they do on Thursday. But I already know that for once, they can literally pick anybody. I mean, damn near anybody. And I probably will be cool with it because it's like every position that we have on the team is filled with somebody that can play. So whoever they pick is going to be cool. And on top of that, over the weekend they had Mel Kiper on, I think Ravens Lounge, and we already know how Mel Kiper is. He is a draft guru, but guess what? He's a huge Ravens fan. So you already know that Mel has been in their ears, telling them, like, "Oh, this is what you need to do." So yeah, there you go. That's my boy right there.
There he is.
With the Eagles,
Yes.
Eric DeCosta with the Ravens, Les Snead with the Rams, Beach out in Kansas City. There's some great GMs, but I'll tell you what, the Ravens have. Hey, you can argue Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman's going to be a Hall of Fame GM. Eric DeCosta is going to be right there with him.
See, there you go. There you go. And they're going to listen to him. They're going to get their tips and tricks. And we're going to be all right. We're going to be fine.
Well,
but as
both
far
of
as
them
the
doesn't tell them to draft a damn guard. If I got to sit up here till 27 and draft a guard, I'm going off. Somebody's getting
why would you? Oh, hey, whoa, time out.
When we need pass rush and a safety,
no. Listen,
you're going to draft a guard at 27
listen.
with a deep pass rush draft?
Listen, if it's the best guard in the draft, go get him. I don't give a damn what you.
That guy ain't in this draft. Ain't no Zach Martin in this draft.
No, okay. I'm just saying. I know y'all doing the draft profiles. Y'all lining it up real nice.
Yeah, Cavante can speak to that. I won't even say that.
But by the time they get to that pick, bro, it's not gonna happen.
I'm just saying, man. If it's the best guard in the draft and he's right there,
no, they like Byron said,
that will piss off the fan base.
Address impact. This is one that
guess who wouldn't piss off? Our friend.
Address needs. Do not address best player in the draft. We don't need that. Address your needs. How about that?
That is a need. A guard is a need.
I don't think.
I think pass rush or corner safety.
I think pass rush when you
I even take an inside linebacker.
You want Derrick Henry to rush over 2,000 yards, don't you? I do.
I want Negroes to stop dropping the damn ball when it's clutch time. Damn it, they've been running the ball for 2,000 yards with every running back. It don't matter. They can put you back there. You gonna get 1,000 yards, Raj. Just put your head forward. You gonna get 3 yards.
I ain't gonna get 1,000 yards. You are
gonna get 1,000.
You right.
Cavante gonna get 1,000. Dre gonna get 1,000. We're gonna break every record. But when the playoffs, I need Negroes that's not gonna drop the damn ball, or niggas that can get to the damn quarterback, knock the ball out, or knock a pass down and find the ball.
How about you run the football in the playoffs?
I'm just saying, man. If it's the best guard in the draft, you go get him. Okay.
I think Raj, I don't see anything. I don't see anything wrong with that. The issue is, and me and Byron have talked about this for quite some time. This draft is good. Is lackluster on like the top end, like sexy positions, but there's a lot of elite guys at not so premium positions, and guard is one of those where I think they'll fall because guys are probably not valuing guard high in the drafts. So guys like Kelvin Banks, what's the name? Zabel, and I think it's another guy.
They've been talking about Simmons, Cavante from Ohio State falling to the Ravens, the tackle. I'm like, we don't need a tackle. We just paid $30 million to re-sign Ronnie Stanley. Go get it.
I think he's going to the Texans. I think I'd put money for that.
I'm about to say because
I think he's going to the Texans,
right? So
I think he's going to the Texans.
The Texans will need him before we do.
So but Kelvin Banks, Zabel. There's some guys that I can see falling, and they probably would be the best guard in the draft. So in that sense, Raj, I get it. When you're picking that late in the draft, you have to really search. You know what I'm saying? And the Ravens, y'all been there. Where I'm the one that's new to it, so I don't know what we gonna do. We're probably gonna trade out knowing Adam Peters, but at that, you really gotta hone in. But even then, you could probably trade back and still get that guy. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't even have to pick at 27 to still get the best guard, you know what I'm saying, in the draft.
Right.
So,
I'm just saying
We'll see.
I mean, I get people want to pass rushes. I get it, but it might not be the best one. I get Malachi Starks is a huge candidate.
That's my guy, man.
He might not be there though.
Me and Byron, we love him.
I don't think he'll be there, but it might be Mike Green or James Pierce Jr.
James Pierce is another name.
I would love that guy. James Pierce, Mike Green, because we need pass rush too. Yes, Mike Green and James Pierce have off the field concerns, which means they probably would fall to where we both are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. But they have top 15, top 10 talent. You know what I'm saying? So, but with the concerns, the character concerns,
But
they can fall to the late 20s.
But Cravante, remember somebody who just made an impact on their team recently who had character concerns, Carter. He had a lot of concerns, and then what happened? He was impactful in the NFC Championship game. He was impactful in the Super Bowl, and throughout the whole year, we said that yes, it was flashy to talk about Saquon, but Carter did a lot of dirty work for the Philadelphia Eagles. So,
but it's some organizations that have an environment that could take on a guy like that, and I think the Eagles and Howie Roseman have created an environment where we could bring anybody up in here, and they'll get with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure if the Commanders are ready to take on a guy with character flaws when we're just turning things around. The Ravens may be.
Yeah, we could
have a strong organization and a strong locker room.
Not that look, Byron. You know we could take a troublesome person.
So
they still got Justin Tuck on the roster, so I don't know what they about.
Wow.
Yes, that is true. I forgot about Tuck.
I don't think we. I would love to have Mike Pierce or I'm sorry, James Pierce or Mike Green, but I don't think Adam Peters is ready to take on. I don't know if our environment is solidified to be able to take that on and still be successful. Because we still got a young quarterback that's still trying to figure things out. I'm not sure if that would be good for us. But Ravens, Eagles, established rosters, established front office, established environment. Yeah, I could probably do it.
Would you think?
And 11 picks, man. 11 picks. Come on.
Would you think if Luther Burden was right there? Would you pick him?
I don't want to.
I wouldn't.
He's a diva, Raj. By the way,
he's his. Can I tell you something crazy, Raj?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know if you got a chance to check. Well, I don't even know if that one is.
I didn't even put it out yet. It's not out yet.
So, all right, for y'all that look, this is a preview. His girlfriend is his manager. His mama is also a problem. So it's a lot that comes with Luther.
And he also has
they be kissing his butt for him
siblings.
to stay. So he of all would they classify as a diva? Like he's that. You know what I'm saying? So I stay away from him.
I hate to ask the question. I'm not going to do it. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'll leave it alone.
9 siblings. He's the only boy, right? So all sisters too.
So folks been kissing his butt for a while. Probably.
Okay. I'll forget it. Is his dad gonna be at the draft? I will hope so.
I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Well, he is.
I don't know if he's gonna get it. Do you think he'll get invited?
It's only 17 guys, Cravante, real quick. That's invited.
I don't think he'll be.
Shador's not one of them.
Shador's not even coming.
I'm about to say, because of his draft stock going like a roller coaster, I'm not surprised.
Well, Dre, I want a nice segue. Derek Carr, your boy, season-ending potential shoulder injury. Does Shador go to New Orleans? I asked Cravante when we did the profile yesterday. Could that be a realistic thing?
You know what? I've been told that that's not a bad deal for him to go to. Like I keep hearing people say that New Orleans wouldn't be bad for him if he doesn't go to the Giants. What are they saying? They're saying for Shador, it could be the Giants, Raiders, Saints, or the Steelers is a sleeper, but everybody doubts he'll fall that far.
Yeah, I think if the Saints don't pick him, I think he'll fall. I think he'll fall to the Steelers because nobody in between that.
Only thing with the Steelers, only thing with both the Steelers and the Saints is that I don't know how he would develop. Like the Giants, I feel like he could still develop, and you have some stuff there. The Raiders is a concern for me, and the Saints is a concern for me too because I don't know where you go. Like
I think the Raiders taking Genty, right, Trey. I think that's the pick they take.
Yeah, I don't think the Raiders are going quarterback now.
They're taking Genty. They're going running back.
Look, which one be bad, but. Yeah, I just have some concerns when it comes to developing quarterbacks. When it comes to the Saints, only because they have so many issues going on, and then the Steelers, they just don't know offense over there.
And real quick,
you just let Harris go,
and
that was at least you had a running back. But now you didn't even re-sign the running back. Who was the offense?
Yeah,
and if you're a Saints fan, cover your ears because I told Cravante this yesterday. Their defensive coordinator is Brandon Staley, former coach of the Los Angeles Chargers.
Hey, Dre.
Yes,
Hey, Dre. Would you say blow it up? He just got there, blow it up, bro.
He's the defensive coordinator for who?
The Saints.
Saints, New Orleans.
I swear, if he was somebody, you talking about people selling dreams, man. Because I don't know what in the world.
No, that's his boy. That's his boy. Him and Kellen Moore got to be boys.
I know, but
got to be.
I mean, damn, you selling dreams. You know, where was he? I forgot where he was the defensive coordinator. But
the Rams.
The
Rams.
But I mean,
Kellen Moore was his OC. Kellen Moore was his OC in Los Angeles, by the way.
Bro, he was a defensive coordinator for one season with the Rams. He had Aaron Donald.
I mean, that's not hard, bro.
He had one season and he got a job with the Chargers and ran Justin Herbert's whole rookie campaign into the dirt. Well, not his rookie contract into the dirt.
That was your guy Anthony Lynn now with your Commanders first year, Cavante.
Crazy, and they fired that brother Anthony Lynn and replaced him with Brandon Staley. He was trash for how many years.
Had held on for years. We was calling for him for years.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely he should have been fired. That last year shouldn't have happened. But
I agree.
You know how them boys, them good old boys keep their jobs, man.
So New Orleans is gonna have to outscore people this season, nevertheless. Let's go here. We'll talk more about the draft. We got draft profiles galore coming up. Alex wants to know who has the most potential of falling. Could be one of these quarterbacks, Alex.
Shador.
Yeah.
I think
I'm praying that that's not Shador, because you already know where he's going if he drops. If he drops where I think he's going to drop at, he's going to fall right into the lap of a certain head coach who likes to destroy us. You know, almost every year. Except
you heard what he said about Tomlin, Raj. He reminds me of my father.
Oh God. Oh, yeah, I heard that. That's what I'm
talking
about.
Raj, they have so all parties like each other.
I bet they do.
And the Steelers don't got to go anywhere.
No, they
ain't got to give up nothing
right there and be like Dave Chappelle when he was.
Depends. It depends. They might have to move up, but like you said, if the Saints don't pick them up, they don't have to do anything. But
there we go.
Otherwise,
that's what I'm saying. But between 9 and 21,
might have to move up.
But between 9 and 21, you ain't got to move nowhere.
But I don't want them to get the other guy. I think they're gonna get Milroe because I think he could be like Lamar. He run a 4.3, and if he figure out how to throw the ball, I'm afraid. I'm very afraid. That's all I'm saying. But we'll see what happens. Let's get to WrestleMania, Dre, before we get the goofies and get out of here. WrestleMania 41 this weekend. We'll be live for that both nights.
Yes.
And a lot of preview videos coming out. Dre, how you feeling, man?
You know, somebody asked me earlier today when they saw my punk shirt and they were like, how you feeling about WrestleMania? I was like, I'm not excited like I was last year. Like last year, going to Philadelphia, Raj, you were there for the experience. It was cool. I mean, I can tell people, look, it was like you literally like had WrestleMania. And it's funny, we didn't even go to like Wale Mania or I forgot the other Wrestle World. Like we didn't go to any of that, but like it was like WrestleMania. It was an after party, Cravante. And I'm telling you, like that joint was actually like lit both nights. You you had people like Ric Flair right there in the they call it like live right there within that entity of Wells Fargo, Eagles, the stadium and where the Phillies play at. But I don't feel as excited about WrestleMania this year, but I still am curious to see where things go. I think that we should have had some one-on-one matches like Bianca and Rhea, like how we've been wanting it instead of the triple threat. The match I'm looking forward to, of course, Cena and Cody. Another triple threat we have is Punk, Rollins, and Roman, which is picked up, but it just some of the matches I'm like, and I don't know if this should be on the cards, but I'm gonna give it a chance. We'll see. I'll be here for the stream, and we're gonna rock out, and we'll see what happens with WrestleMania this year.
Well, shout out to WrestleMania mommy when she comes home to WrestleMania. We love that. That's what we love. There you go.
That's mommy.
Yes,
That
it
is mommy.
is.
She's ready for WrestleMania.
She's all
She's
tattooed
ready.
up.
She's ready for WrestleMania. She's ready.
Look at Cavante.
Do you want to know what makes Daddy Magic's nipples hard? Orgasmic Isaiah, I knew you'd come. Always do, my brother. No bread, no water, just me.
Raj, how you feeling, man? I know we'll be here all week to talk about it, but
Yes, that white goddess you had on the screen is going to get all the love and attention from the
Oh my
fellas.
gosh.
But I'm feeling let down, to be honest with you, with WrestleMania this year. Last year was such a treat. Last year was so much excitement going into it. Everybody was complaining that The Rock was upstaging the event. You know that
I made that shit last year.
He was messing it up, and you know that Cody was going to get his moment and all this other nonsense. And of course, it turned out to be one of the best WrestleManias in a long time. And this year, The Rock comes back again, but he's not quite there, you know, all the way. And he has an angle where, you know, John Cena turns heel, but I feel like that turn was kind of wasted, in my opinion. But I mean, we'll see what happens on Sunday night when they fight each other for the belt. But it's just not been the same that it was last year, and a lot of people are feeling it across the you know, the wrestling community. And I also didn't like the fact that they went overseas for like 3 weeks. I'm like, that's, I mean, I get it. I mean, they had to do that. They were obligated to do it, but it's just, they could have did it like after WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. It's here now. It's a little later than usual because WrestleMania probably would have been like 2 weeks ago, but they made it late April instead, Easter weekend. I mean, I'm going to watch it, of course. I'm going to go see Sinners on Thursday because of it. So I will be watching.
So you won't be suffering watching Collision with me on Thursday?
Hell no. I might watch the first 30 minutes with you. I might do that. I might watch the first 30, but after that, I'll be on my way to go see Michael B. Jordan, you know, the other Jordan, and as he, you know, does what he does in those movies. But yeah, I mean, I'm a little disappointed, but I do want to see what they do at WrestleMania. I'm pretty sure it's going to be, the matches themselves should be fine. Hopefully The Rock shows up. I'm at least hoping
he has to. I feel like he has
to come back for WrestleMania, man. Because if you don't, then this is a complete waste. So hopefully he shows up. Hopefully we get a surprise, because there's not too many surprises this year. But hopefully we get one. But other than that, I'm looking forward to it, I guess. Like you said, we have 1,000 previews for this damn thing, and we just got to get them out. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm just ready to get to the show. I think it'll be a good show. Just ready to see what happens. I think we get something big at the end of night one, leading into night two. So there you go. And hopefully something big at the end of night two. We'll be here, though. Check us out. We'll be live for WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday at 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific. And if you're into NXT, we'll be live twice on Saturday, starting at 1 and then back on Saturday night. So I'll be spending my weekend with you guys watching wrestling, so you can always donate to the channel. Super chats are always appreciated. Cavante, you ready to get goofy before we get out of here?
Let's do it.
It's time for our weekly segment where we get goofy with Cavante's Goofies of the Week.
Gosh, something wrong here.
Stupid. Just stupid. Well, now that's goofy. Jam. Oh, jam. Man. Byron, I wasn't sure. I meant to ask you before we started the show. Did you get the goofies that I sent? The second one, I don't know which one I should speak on first, but were you able to see the two?
Whichever, I think I did, but whichever you want to start with, I'll improvise and adapt. So do your thing.
Okay, so I'll do the probably the more serious one. I'll end on a lighter note. But anyway, welcome to Goofies of the Week, sponsored by the Flex Zone. Appreciate you guys for giving me a little bit of time to let me tell the good people what I thought was goofy this week. Man, Dre has been on fire. I just want to shout Dre out because Dre gives me one every week. At least one. It's always at least one. Sometimes it's two, sometimes it's three, but it's always at least one. And he gave me two this go round, which I thought were both very interesting, but maybe interesting in a different way. Now, I'm gonna go over the I guess the one that's a little bit more serious, and then I'm gonna go over the one that's a lot funnier, that's a little bit more political, Dre. So the first one with goofiness, we deal with all levels of goofiness, high, in the middle, and low. We talk about it, figure out, how to get here, why is it here, what can they do to get out of it, and if it even really matters, because sometimes it doesn't. I've had multiple goofies of the week, multiple repeat offenders of goofy of the week, so sometimes it doesn't get better, and that's a reality we all have to live with. But with the first goofy, I know I'm a butcher this guy's name. I know I am. The quarterback from Tennessee. First name Nico. I got you there. The quarterback, former 5-star quarterback. He and it's funny because Dre gave me a little blurb of it before I even dived into the article. So basically, he was basically getting this a certain amount of money. I think it was like 2.4 million, but he wanted 4. Didn't show up, and I told Dre, man, he's playing some professional ball right now, and he's only a freshman. He's playing the pretty much the holdout game, and making it work for him. Well, we'll see. The portal opens in a couple of days, so we'll see where he lands. But I don't think it's gonna be hard to get $4 million from somebody, and you're a former 5-star recruit. But anyway, coach, the Tennessee football coach, Josh, I'm not pronouncing his last name either, but Coach Josh H reported that Nico, the quarterback Nico, left the program and will enter the transfer portal. It's the state, and this is a quote from the coach. It's the state of college football. At the end of the day, no one is bigger than the program. That includes me too. We've got an opportunity. We've got a bunch of guys that will give their all for Tennessee. UT and Nico parted ways after dispute over NIL pay. Over the basically NIL pay. They had an agreement. He won, and I guess he backed out of it, wanted more, whatever. They had a number, and then all of a sudden it jumped up, whatever. He was absent, and obviously the part that made news and why it became a thing, he did not show up to the spring workouts. Basically while they had the basically let us know that college football is starting. He didn't go up to the spring workouts, and that's kind of weird. You the starting quarterback and you're not there at spring workouts. It's kind of a thing. So that's what made news, and that's why this is a thing. Now, what makes this goofy? I'm actually gonna go somewhere. I'm gonna not go off script, but I'm gonna go somewhere where I'm not gonna blame either one of them. I'm not gonna blame the player. I'm not gonna blame the coach, and I'm not gonna blame the coach, the program / school, or the player. I'm going to blame the NCAA, because now with the NIL rules and everybody still kind of trying to figure this out, the worst part of this is there's no rules or regulations to follow. So Coaches can do pretty much whatever they want to do. Quarterbacks, superstar players can do whatever they want to do as well, with no consequences, no stipulations, or anything of the sort. But if the NCAA did their due diligence and paid these players what they deserve instead of just trying to make $1 billion off of free labor, if they would have been got here and been paying the players and didn't have to wait for the NIL mess to come about, this wouldn't be a problem. So this is one of those things where the NCAA, this is your fault. This is absolutely your fault because it's here and nobody has any control over it. It's like a free for all. It's like it's lawless for college sports, but mainly college, football and basketball, because those are the ones that make the most headlines. But this is y'all fault. What did Kobe Bryant tell Spike Lee? It's your fault. When Reggie Miller killed the Knicks with them 9 points in 8 seconds or any of that craziness, Kobe Bryant told Spike Lee, "This is your fault. This is your fault. You were the reason why the Knicks got beat like that, and they choked it off because you talking all that trash and your team couldn't back it up. I agree with the late great Kobe Bryant in this case, because the NCAA, this is your fault. Because now all this is coming and nobody's here to regulate it. I don't even know who's in charge, who can be in charge to even regulate it, because the money is not even coming from y'all. This is coming from outside sources, outside sponsors, and things like that. So I'm not even sure if you're able to regulate that. This may have to be a individual program, school thing. They may have to, put regulations in place. But NCAA, y'all gonna have to figure this out, because it's gonna get crazier. It's only gonna get crazier. This is one instance. The next person we hear about is probably gonna be on a more famous person, somebody who's probably more well known, and more money, is going to be involved. So the goofy party in this is the NCAA, because if you would have paid the players instead of trying to get free labor off of them, we probably wouldn't have to be in the NIL era. And now it is what it is. And now programs pretty much have to fend for themselves when situations like this. So I'm not going to blame the player for moving how he's moving, because he's allowed to. I'm not here to say whether he's right, wrong, or right. And I'm not here to say that the coach is wrong or right, because he's right. There shouldn't be no one player that's bigger than the program, because you know what? That's one of the issues, Byron. That's one of the issues with Luther Burden. Luther Burden, I'm sure, felt like he was bigger than the program, because there were scouts that said that the program kissed his butt to make sure he was happy. And it shouldn't be like that, because at the next level, ain't nobody kissing your butt. You're not even that type of pick to have your butt kissed. You know what I'm saying? So I agree. The coach is not wrong in that sense. He's very much right. But when there's no rules and regulations in place, no guardrails in place, people all over the place. And NCAA, this is your fault. So what's happening to college football is your fault, NCAA. So that's my first goofy, NCAA. Now my next goofy, I don't know if you're able to pull that up, Byron.
And real quick, the pronunciation is Nico E-M-A Lava. Nico E-M-A Lava. So it's an E sound at the beginning.
Nico E-M-A Lava.
E-M-A.
E-M-A Lava.
Yeah.
Okay. It sounded like you was just spelling the name at first. So I was like, wait, hold on.
I heard him say it. I had to make sure I was saying it right. So yeah.
Word. So he is going to enter the transfer portal April 16th. So we'll see where he lands. But Tennessee is starting their red shirt. They will be starting their red shirt quarterback. Jake Merklinger. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But next, That's a little political, but it's a little funny. Dre, thank you again for this. Let me try to pull it up on my end as well, because I thought this was quite funny. Actually, actually, it's right here. Okay, nope, this is good right here. So the caption is fake trophy out there. Who knows? But I think it's very interesting that that happened to this administration. I don't know. This is the first. Is this the first champion to go to the White House? Because did the Eagles go yet?
I think the Eagles denied it. Remember, I think they said they're not going.
Right. So so this is the first champion to visit the White House, if I'm not mistaken, for this Trump administration. And this goofy, look at it. He looks so unathletic.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Didn't even lift a trophy correctly, let alone run a country. You hear this mess? I just thought it was so funny. Run the clip again. Run it again. And where is Trump in all this?
At this time, Ashley Cavante, Trump was probably meeting with the El Salvadorian president, mentioning that he wants to send now American convicts to El Salvador as well, along with the immigrants that are being taken by ICE. So, in case you didn't know.
There's that. There is that. And JD, Raj,
Mark.
get him with his hands. He looks so unathletic. Like you shouldn't have hands to lift anybody's trophy because of the unathleticism. Look, you see them chuckling in the back. If I heard that I heard the audio and heard somebody's like, oh.
Oh, boy.
Keep it together. It's a lot of stuff going on, man. But I think Vice President Butterfingers. That's it, Mark. Vice President Butterfingers. That's who he is. Because Dre, I don't know if you got a chance. Well, no, Dre, you showed me, but he looks so unathletic. He looked like he ain't played a sport in his life. I don't know what it is about this.
So the part that I've been listening, and the part that had me laughing was when you said the audio is on and you hear the guy go, whoa.
Luckily, you see the athlete got the part that mattered, and somehow JD Vance dropped the base of it, and it looks terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I just got a chuckle. Oh no, wait, Trump right there.
There's Donnie T right there.
Donnie. You see, he was out that frame. Whoever did this is on to something. Because the original shot, he not in it. Because Donnie T don't want to look bad. Don't want to look bad in no way, shape, or form unless it's his doing.
That is so funny. Whoa.
But as you can see, the difference between an athlete and a non-athlete. The athlete was able to secure the actual trophy, and the non-athlete dropped the base. Ain't that something? But I just thought that was a chuckle. I got a kick out of that. But those are my goofies of the week. Vice President Butterfingers and the NCAA for allowing this goofiness to even happen. The lawless nature of the NIL deals. Y'all know my line. There's a thin line between goofy and great. And Vice President Butterfingers is on the wrong end of it. Y'all got to do better.
Real quick before we go to Goofy, I got a message from the 45th/47th president.
Mr. President, it's an honor to have you doing incredibly for your country, and we appreciate working with you because you want to stop crime, and so do we. I want to thank you for the great job you're doing. I'm really happy to be here, honored, and eager to help. We're a small country, but if we can help, we do it. We just have had a great relationship, and I wanted to say hello to the people of El Salvador and say they have one hell.
Bring on Goofy.
It's a comedy show. Let's bring him up. It's Goofy time.
Gosh, something wrong here.
Stupid.
Yeah,
Just
everybody
stupid.
is like, what the hell with that one? Mark is
Well,
funny.
now that's
He
Goofy.
said, oh, Bill Buckner.
Jam. Oh, jam.
Oh
Yo.
man,
Good morning, and
Daddy.
good morning to SK, because she's
What's up,
been on
SK?
point. She's been on point, coming in right where we're about to end with a lavish good morning with all the roses, and
Oh, that's just funny.
we appreciate her.
Whoa.
I'm so confused with Donnie T. I'm just
Are you?
confused.
Are you confused?
Yes, I'm very
Yes.
confused. I'm not.
Well, don't
Who
get
is he
convicted.
standing?
You may
Who is
go
he standing?
to. That is the president of El Salvador, and he wants to send American citizens to El Salvador if they disobey the law,
Yep, and our guy from Maryland, they are not sending him back.
even though the Supreme Court said he needs to be sent back.
And you just can't make this stuff up, bro.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Yo,
I'm
that's
trying to
what
find a clip. Matter of fact, if I find a clip,
Vice-
I'll play what he said.
Vice President
not-
Butterfingers is your name now. That is his name now. I am rocking
Right.
with
Mark called him Bill Buckner. Yo, that is hilarious.
Mark definitely on one.
That's what he said. The badge at Lee on that movie, the one. Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious. You're stupid.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Oh, joy.
I thought the Eagles was going up there. I thought they accepted it.
Oh, maybe they did. Maybe they did. I don't know. Maybe they did. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't care.
Just indulge me.
I don't understand what the confusion is. This individual is a citizen of El Salvador. He was illegally in the United States and was returned to his country. That's where you deport people back to their country of origin, except for Venezuela that wasn't refusing to take people back, or places like that. I can tell you this, Mr. President. No, the foreign policy of the United States is conducted by the President of the United States, not by a court. And no court in the United States has a right to conduct the foreign policy of the United States. It's that simple. End of story.
And that's what the Supreme Court held, by the way, to Marco's point. The Supreme Court said exactly what Marco said, that no court has the authority to tell the foreign policy of the United States. We won a case 9-0, and people like CNN are portraying it as a loss, as usual, because they want foreign terrorists in the country who kidnap women and children. But President Trump, his policy is foreign terrorists that are here illegally get expelled from the country, which, by the way, is a 90-10 issue.
Well, the president, you said that if the Supreme Court said someone needed to be returned, they would abide by that. You said that on your
I'm
report
lost.
2 days ago. And they said
We have
that
to answer
it must
this
be
question from
facilitated.
you. These are great people. Isn't it wonderful that we're keeping criminals out of our country? Why can't you just say that?
keep the criminals
Why do you go over and over?
out of the
and that's
country.
why nobody watches you anymore. You have no credibility. Please go ahead.
You have no credibility.
You shitting on CNN again.
Yes. Telling people they have no credibility while they're sitting in front of.
I mean, they literally don't though. I mean, I came in front. I mean, CNN has been so. Besides my boy Scott, my boy Scott, I love Scott. Scott is fantastic.
Wait a
Every
minute.
time he's on, I watch because he's great.
You watch it for Scott. I watch for Abby.
That's for Scott Jennings.
I'm watching for
He's the
Abby.
star of the show. Scott Jennings is a great part of the nightly show with Abby and the other panelists on the
Wait a minute, Abby, and I actually like Lauren Coates. Lauren Coates has grown on me.
And Lauren is okay, but Abby's
Okay.
cool. Abby's
Now
cool Abby's nice to look at. Abby's nice to look at. But Scott Jennings is the brains of that operation over there. The
There we go.
brains.
Dre, episode 486 next week. What can the people expect? Get ready for the draft.
Yes, NFL draft next week, WrestleMania review, NBA, NHL playoffs. Like I said, it's a great time right now for sports.
Cravante, baby, let the people know about these draft profiles, man. We're cranking them out.
Man, yo, I was just about to say that we are cranking these bad boys out. We have some in the chamber right now. That we're gonna let them loose pretty soon, and we still got a couple more to do, a few more to do, and also Byron, Dre, and Raj, we have a request and of adding one profile, a requested profile from another prospect. So that will be an extra one that me and Byron will find time to tap in with. So shout out to Alex for sending that. But please hit the bell for notifications because these profiles is coming and content is going crazy this week. It was going crazy last week. It went crazy the week before. It's going to go crazy this week because Byron, you at some point you may get tired of seeing Byron. That may be what happens, but it's all good and it's okay because what's king? Content is king. So like, subscribe, engage with us. We love engaging with our good people, and we're gonna keep this gravy train rolling.
Big Garage, last but not least, man.
Live the best of the best of the best. Hit the like and subscribe. We'll be on every day this week, literally every day, and we have videos and more live streams for everyone. So please hit the like and subscribe button. If you want to donate, go ahead and hit that super chat button. We'll be glad to take your money. So please, you know what I'm saying? If you want to, you know, it's all good. But hold up. That one dude got a Baraka hit.
Yeah.
Mark is crazy. But yes. That's it.
Episode 486 coming next week. Episode 45 in the books tomorrow. NXT. More WrestleMania previews coming. We got draft profiles coming. We got AEW Wednesday, AEW Thursday, SmackDown Friday, NXT Saturday, and WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday. And next Monday, Raw after Mania as well. So tap in, hit the bell, subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell, throw your ones up, acknowledge us, vote on the poll.
We're
donate
number one. We're number one. We're number one in the Flex Zone universe. It's our universe. And whatever, and I'm going to $200, 200% on tariffs. That's what's going to happen. China's not going to win. China's not going to win.
$200.
200%. You knew what I meant. You knew what I meant. You have no credibility. You have no credibility.
You're fake news. You're fake news.
You're fake news.
Stay tuned to the channel. For Dre, the executive producer and co-founder, the OTC, the senior producer, the Commandalorian, captain of the groupie ship, the draft guru, the right-hand man with me as well. Of course, last but not least, the social media producer, making those thumbnails better than anybody, the Big Rod Show. And he'll be eating meat this weekend, I'm sure, watching Mania.
My heavens.
Only the biggest of meats for the biggest of
Turn the TV off.
The biggest thing that you can put in my food, I'll be eating.
All right.
Book Cravante, Dre, and Raj.
All right.
Always good to laugh. Don't end up in the El Salvadorian prison because your ass will not be coming home.
No,
so stay away from there. We'll see y'all tomorrow. More content, more great laughs and jokes. Thank you, everybody. SK, Mark. Join the group for the NBA. Everybody in the chat. Who was in here? Miss Queen, Alex, Mark, SK. Our boy Ferris was in the building showing love. Thank you, everybody. Just hit the like button, hit the bell. We're out of here, y'all. Have a good night. Putting the kids to bed. Peace.
Peace.